Hi everyone, welcome back to our series on pivot table. Today let's try to cover few other options under pivot table analyze. So the first option is clear, select and move table. For example, I have applied a couple of filters. Okay, let's I have applied a couple of filters and every time I have to clear the filters one by one. So instead of doing that, you simply click on clear filters and everything will be as it is. If you don't want the entire data itself, if you want to start from the scratch again, then just click on clear all. So everything will be gone. You can start from the scratch again. So once you have done this, like you want to change to a different pivot table, like you don't like the model or something, then click on recommended pivot tables and it will show. Just you have to select the pivot table data and Excel will automatically give you some suggestions. What kind of pivot table is suitable based on the data available. So you can just select which one based on the data you want to have. Like if you want to modify also, you can modify clicking on OK and you can just modify from here. So I don't want sum of L, I just want value. So I just modify like that. And I don't want account description, I want period. So it's up to you to modify or keep it. And I want to select anything like if I keep my cursor over here, I want to select everything. For Feb 24, I want to select everything. For Jan, I want to select everything. If I have to do that, just click on select option, enable selection. The moment you click on this enable selection, you can see the difference in the view. You can select the entire row or the column easily, right? If you don't want, just click on enable selection again, it will be gone. Or if you want to select the entire pivot table, you can do that as well. Okay, even if you have filters, it will select the everything, entire pivot table, it will select automatically. And if you want to move your pivot table from one cell to another cell, just click on move pivot table and where you want to move. So I want to move it over here. I can do that. So if you anywhere you can just move it using smooth pivot table. The other way to move is Control X. You have to select everything, including the filters and everything, and then uh, go to the destination and paste it. These are the two options how you can move a pivot table. If you just select only the data and if you exclude the filters, it won't be a pivot table. It's only a part of it you're moving. So uh, since I have done Control X, it won't work. If I do Control C, it will work only for the part and not as a pivot. The output is just text. It's not a pivot. I can edit anything. I can do any changes. And you don't see these options as well because it's not a pivot. It's just a text. Next option is field, calculated fields. We can have a calculated field or item in pivot table. For example, here I have assets, equity, liability. I just want to know assets minus equity minus liability. What's the total? So I can just calculate net value assets minus equity minus liability. I can calculate it like this for all the cells. Instead of doing this, I can just create a field in pivot table itself. So I'll just click on this field items and sets, calculated item. And here I'll put it as net value. So formula is assets minus equity minus liability. I think there's an issue with the name. So let's see. Okay, you can see here equity is named over here and equity is named over here. So that's why it's saying there's an issue with the name. So let's remove equity for the moment. Yeah, there should be unique name always that then only the formula will work properly. So let's calculate all assets and liability, assets minus liability. So I got the net value over here. So since we have same equity in fields and columns, so pivot table will get confused and it won't pick the correct thing. If you rename it like, for example, equity and reserves. And now if you try, the same formula. Same formula, we can go to net value, or you can just choose it from here, net value. And here, now you can choose equity and results. And then the formula will work, including equity and results. So just make sure you don't have any same headers in both rows and columns. And if you want to create any chart from this pivot table data, you can simply select this pivot chart and you'll have all the options. You can choose based on the data you have. Whether you want a column chart or pie chart or anything, based on the data you have, you can choose it. Whatever suits better, it will automatically come. And you can do the changes as always. So if I choose this, chart is automatically prepared. Whatever changes you want to do, you can just edit and do this. Just like a normal chart, you can just edit it. And if you don't want to see the options, for example, this field, it's gone. Or if you don't want to see this field option is gone, the headers, right? So here you can see there's a header, sum of value, column labels, row labels, but now it's gone. And this plus or minus, just to make sure the values you are seeing is visible or not. So it's not that helpful. So I'm just ignoring that. So hope the session helps. Thank you.